Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm back to do another tarot react, and this time to a wonderful tarot reader by the name of Melissa Gold Tarot. So, a day ago, Melissa Gold Tarot posted a tarot reading on the whole situation with Foodie and Salah in the apartment. Was the reason why Foodie left the apartment because she had been doxxed? In my opinion, I don't think so. I don't think that was the entire reason because Chantal, in the past, wherever she has stayed, she's been doxxed and she didn't freak out. When she was living in Canada at the Canadian Villa with Pete's, people knew where she lived and it didn't bother her. As a matter of fact, she gave out her address to her Beezers so that they could send her stuff through Amazon to her address. And then when she went to Kuwait, people knew where she lived with Salah and she wasn't moving immediately. So why would it bother her, people knowing where she lived in the apartment? There was no imminent danger. I mean, she wasn't in danger of being there. Why would she cite that as a reason for leaving? And if she was concerned about the apartment being doxxed, why would she show all of the apartment knowing that in the past, Girl World, Kiwi Farms, like little details they pick up on and they would find out where she lived, but yet she made a point to show all of the apartment and talk about it and talk about the amount of rent she was paying. And just by the stuff that she told people, people were able to figure out where she was. And then she tried to say, well, that's the reason why I'm moving. Well, I don't believe that. I believe there's more to it. And Melissa Gold Tarot did a tarot reading, just giving more insight on the situation. And thank you so very much, Melissa Gold Tarot, for doing the tarot reading. And I'm going to take pleasure in reacting to it. So for those of you that have never heard of Melissa Gold Tarot, please look down below in the description. You'll find the link for the original video. You can follow that back to Melissa Gold Tarot's channel. Check out all of her wonderful content. Sub up to her, give her a like, leave a comment, and let her know that you enjoy her doing these readings on Foodie. So with that said, how about we just get into the reading and I will give my comments along the way. So let me just go ahead and blow this up full screen so you guys can see. Let's get going, y'all.
Kicked out of her apartment or agreed or wanted to leave, whatever. I really don't believe anything she says. The last reading I did on her was about Smokey, and again, allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment only. As far as I'm concerned, she never meant to keep that cat. Either someone had her watch the cat, or she got the cat knowing she was not going to keep it. Okay? That's how I feel about that.
And I agree with you, Melissa. I don't think she had any intention of keeping Smokey. I think it was a temporary thing. I don't know if she was cat sitting. I don't know why anybody would choose Foodie as a cat sitter. But I think that there was true intention that she was not going to keep Smokey for very long. Maybe she just got Smokey for the purpose of, let me just grab this cat and make use of it, meaning let me monetize it, let me make money off of it, let's see what Amazon stuff I can get off my wish list because of it, and then after a certain period of time let the cat go somewhere.
Yeah. So I want to ask about this apartment thing. If you're interested in what I said about the cat, go check out the last reading that I did on her. And leave your opinions if you feel like it. But yeah, I said what I said. Show us what we need to see. I want to tune into Chantal's energy, even though it's a lying energy that such a fucking lie. Show me what we need to see about Chantal's energy when it comes to this apartment. The things that she shared having to do with the apartment. Yeah, all right. I'm already feeling stuff, but like I feel like she knew she was not going to stay there. Like, either trying to get money together, feeling stuck, like she had to be there for a minute while she waited to see. All right, show me what we need to see.
Can I just add to what you're saying, Melissa? For someone like Foodie that's in Canada, she sure is way too relaxed for someone that just lost their apartment and now they have to find another one. She's way too relaxed, as if she knew, I'm not going to be here for very long, so it's not a big deal. Like she already had plans of going somewhere else and she was just gearing up for that. So that's why she wasn't freaking out. That's why she's been looking smug all this time.
Yeah, I feel like she was at a crossroads. She knew she wasn't going to be staying at that place for more than a minute. Show me what we need to see, please, about this situation with the apartment having to do with Chantal. Give me something. King of Sword, the Tower, the Hermit. All right, I usually associate the King of Sword with Salah energy. Although, in the last few reads, I always would get, for the longest time now, King of Sword, and I would attach that to Salah energy. The last few readings, I've gotten the King of Cups, like since the kitten stuff with Bruce. But here we're seeing this King of Sword, and I am attaching this to Salah energy, the Tower. Everything that has fallen apart. Sometimes when I get this card in Chantal reads, I connect it to the apartment in Kuwait that they were sharing, that she was sharing with Salah. How we got this card a lot in the last few. I feel like we get this card a lot in general for Chantal's reads, but specifically having to do with like the apartment, the things that were happening in Kuwait, things falling apart. The Tower, if you're unaware, can represent outside forces coming in and throwing us off course. I definitely don't think what happened in Kuwait with the cat was planned, okay? Like that came about, that was unexpected, I think, and brought a lot of turmoil into both their lives, but especially Salah, okay? Allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment only. The Hermit, the energy that is sometimes going within to take time to themselves, separate from society, isolating themselves. All right. I feel like that's Salah energy. Like Salah either couldn't stay at that apartment, or I know there's like it's kind of divided in the community, I think, about like where we think or feel like Salah is. I know some of you guys who watch are very much like Salah couldn't get out of Kuwait. I feel like, again, it's just allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment only, that he may have actually gotten out. All right. I feel like that's why we might have seen him in chat at some point in her chat, Chantal's Foodie Beauty. Or that's when she decided to come back and talk or do a live stream, when she felt that Salah was safe, all right, out of the apartment or something, just a feeling that he's like hiding, all right. I want to know.
The big question that I have about Foodie going anywhere outside of Canada, if there are plans for her to meet up with Salah somewhere, like where is she getting the money to travel? I mean, if she's flying somewhere, flying is very expensive. If she's someone that she needs 2 seats to fly, and that in itself is more expensive. But then there's the question of her health. Does she have the health to fly? Because every time she gets into an airplane, it could be potentially dangerous. I mean, she's got heart problems, she's got health problems. If she has a medical emergency in the air, she is basically stuck up in a tube with a lot of other people, and it's going to take a while to get back on the ground. So, is it a wise decision to fly somewhere, given her health? There's the issue of the money. And is this a situation that she can trust? Somebody urging her to fly somewhere, and she doesn't exactly know if they're going to be there when she gets there. I mean, I wouldn't trust the situation. Not at all.
About this apartment thing, though. Like when I see this makes me feel that her going into that apartment was a temporary thing. Like she's waiting for Salah to give her some word that he's safe, or they can like meet somewhere. And that like he's hiding, all right? Like she doesn't want anyone to know where Salah is. Or he doesn't want anyone to know where he is.
Which raises another question. If she had plans to meet up with Salah somewhere, why go through all the trouble of getting an apartment, which is more permanent? Why not just rent a motel room for about a week or say 2 weeks? Why not do things that way? If you plan on leaving, why not get a hotel room or a motel room and make it work until you're ready to leave? Why go through all the trouble of getting an apartment and getting the cat? And it just doesn't make sense to me. Unless she wanted to sort of troll everybody and make people think that she was staying when she really wasn't staying.
Show me.
Or was that part of the grift? Hey, I'm getting an apartment. I'm making an Amazon wish list. Everybody buy expensive stuff off my Amazon wish list to furnish the apartment and then turn around and leave and maybe get the stuff and sell it. I don't know.
About this apartment. Was she doxxed? Like, show me about the dox. Her being doxxed. Show me something about this whole thing of her place being doxxed. Show me about that. All right. The Lovers, the King of Pentacles, the Seven of Sword. I really feel like her intentions from the get, like she knew she wasn't going to be staying in this place. It was like a temporary place for her to sit and kill time and try to like gain coin back. All right. Everything that she's been saying or sharing, I feel stupid saying this, but it's been a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lie. Everything out of her mouth is a lie.
Rule number 1, Chantal lies.
The Lovers, her like her connection and her feelings about her relationship with Handsome's husband, I do feel like they are still connected. All right. Like Salah and Chantal. Okay. And this King of Pentacles, this is her either trying to regain what she feels she has lost financially, or her sending money to Salah so that he can like establish himself wherever he's at. And yeah, everything is a lie. Everything is it's all a lie.
And I'm being told to say this just as Melissa Gold Tarot is saying everything is a lie. I'm being told to say this to you, Chantal. Everything that Salah might be telling you might also be a lie. Just as you are a liar, he's a liar too. Just as you are a scammer, he's a scammer too. So he might be talking to you and telling you, yeah, I'm going to get a place established for myself and I want you to come over. Just send me money. Just send me money. Just send me money. He might be lying to you. I mean, think about who you're dealing with. He's cutting the same cloth you are. Maybe your cloth is a little bit thicker, but it's still the same cloth. You know, he's still got the same scammy, conny, liar ways that you got. He might just be taking your money and say, yeah, I'm getting established in such and such place, and then have you fly all the way there to find out that he's not there. And then what you're going to do, you're going to be stuck somewhere, not knowing where he's at, and he's got all your money.
I want to clarify this Seven of Sword, because like what is the lies specifically about? And as I'm shuffling, I just saw like the Four of Coin and the Eight of Coin, the Moon. There's the Eight of Coin again.
I mean, because let's think about this, Chantal. Let's think real hard. Think about all the turmoil that you've caused Salah, the disruption with the family, the backlash from the family, the fact that if he's on the run right now, who is responsible for that? Who brought that into his life? You don't think he's feeling some sort of way about that? You don't think he doesn't have bad feelings about that? That there might be some sort of revenge in mind for all of the chaos that you brought into his life? You don't think that he might want to get back at you? Just think it over.
Everything, whatever she's working on right now, is being kept in the dark. I'm seeing the Six of Cups. So, like, Pete might know what's going on. It's people that she feels are like part of her family.
I think Pete's definitely knows. He knows, and he's dog loyal to Foodie, and he's never going to open his mouth simply because there's something inside of him that he treasures Foodie for God knows what reason. And he's holding on to a hope that someday they're going to live together and they're going to be together again. And he might be operating under the thought of, like she's running around acting like a wild, out of control teenager chasing men. But in the end, when she's done running around, she'll choose me. And I know that's a really sad thing to think about, somebody holding on to that kind of hope that in the end that he will be the only choice and she will choose him. But that might be what he's thinking. Like, just let her do what she wants to do. In the end, I will win because I was persistent and I was loyal and I stuck around the longest. And one day there will be nobody else and she'll have to choose me. Like, it'll just happen. So he's got to show his loyalty and keep quiet and not say what's going on, even though he knows.
Friends that she feels she can trust, like Pete's, might know the truth. Like what her intentions or plan. Because I think she had a plan. Show me why the Seven of Swords is here. What are the lies? Show me about the lies. What are the lies? Or the deceit, the manipulation. The Knight of Pentacles. All right, so I usually say this is an energy that knights are moving, okay? I just feel like this is clarifying what I already feel. That, like, this knight is stuck. They're not moving. They're holding on to their coin. They're, like, waiting. The Knight of Pentacles is a patient energy, even though she is not a patient person, okay? It represents, like, the other knights are all moving. They're taking action. But this one is just kind of like sitting and waiting for the right time. Okay?
I'll tell you what, if Salah invites Chantal back into his life, he is the biggest fool alive. All the chaos that she's already caused, and he's going to hold on to her just for money. He is the biggest fool alive.
Like, she was dishonest to her audience in general about where she was going to be planting roots, where she's going to be actually sitting and staying. I don't think she ever planned to stay in Canada. That's what this is making me feel. Yeah, again, I saw this in the last reading for her, like her thinking she's smart, having a plan. I mean, she literally, because of everything that happened the way it did, initially was going to do her visa run, border hop, whatever. And then because caca hit the fan and this whole situation went out played out like it did, that instead of going to Thailand or just doing a quick border hop, visa run, whatever, went back to Canada. And now that is like an extended visa run. I don't think she's going to stay in Canada. That's just a feeling I have right now. But I'll ask at the end what we might see in the near future. But the way this is all planned, like, I just feel like these cards. Yeah, I'm seeing the Knight of Swords again. This is an energy that I would sometimes see this card when we'd be asking about Chantal, like, And I would sometimes connect it with like a visa run, a border hop, because the Knight of Sword, they can come in quick and they leave quick. I don't think she ever planned on staying in that apartment. I think everything, I do believe that she was doxxed, but I feel that she knew she would be doxxed, that she showed what she showed of the apartment, knowing that people were going to dox her. She's stupid, but she counts on, this is her way of trolling, acting stupid about certain things, okay? That's what I feel. I think she knew from the get when she showed certain spaces or said, I went to this store nearby, immediately people were going to know, oh, this is where she's at, right?
So you're saying there might be a possibility she purposely showed her apartment. She wanted to get doxxed, maybe as a way to get out of the lease and use that as a reason, or maybe purposely break the rules as also another reason to get kicked out or to leave. Possibility.
And I don't think she planned on staying in that apartment from the get. Part of me thought maybe whoever Smokey is actually going to, because again, I don't think she ever meant to keep Smokey, whether it was because she was watching Smokey for someone else or just knowing like she was going to get the cat and not keep it, period. Not giving a shit about the cat, okay? Which neither thing would surprise me. It's far-fetched, but there is a possibility, it's just something I feel, that she was sitting in that apartment because whoever Smokey does belong to or was going to be adopted by might be going into that apartment. And she was literally cat sitting and watching the apartment for that person. All right. And I'm sure, allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment only. And the truth, like I usually say, eventually comes out. So, show me a little more about this Seven of Sword, the lies, the deceit, the manipulation.
Well, Chantal just did a community post 44 minutes ago or 45 minutes ago saying that we found Smokey the perfect forever home. It was a perfect match. Isn't that something? So she did live streams saying that she wanted to give Smokey up, and people were offering their homes to Smokey. And she was saying, no, 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 I don't want it to be a viewer. So she was acting like there was nobody that owned Smokey and she didn't know where he would go. And yet all of a sudden, snap of the fingers, she happened to find him the perfect forever home. And she's talking in terms of we. Who exactly is we? It's just her. There is no we, but she keeps saying we for some reason.
Having to do specifically with this apartment. Ace of Sword, Three of Sword. So the Ace of Sword can be connected to the new beginning, sometimes legal matters. It's a truth, all right? Either a truth. So this Three of Sword is about heartbreak, all right? I do think that she is feeling a lot of emotions. I think she's feeling betrayed in general. Just everything that has gone on since Bruce. All right. I don't think she planned on initially going back to Canada if it wasn't for everything that happened with Bruce. Okay. So all these legal matters, because this can be connected also to legal matters, this Ace of Sword, the truths coming out, all of this stuff. Like, yeah, I'm seeing on the bottom the Nine of Cup, Five of Cup, the world, justice is under it. I see the Six of Sword. Okay. So this makes me feel like she's making a plan to meet with Salah. That's what that makes me feel. She's right now focused on trying to regain what she feels she has lost, which is Julia and Salah. Like, think about it like this. Why would she ever get a cat, period? Like Smokey, if all she was talking about was that she's going to reunite with Julia, whether Julia was going to maybe be sent to her or she was going to try to meet Salah wherever he is, possibly with Julia. It wouldn't make sense to get another cat,
No.
period. Why would you get another cat that has never met Julia? The whole thing just doesn't make sense. All right. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. This Six of Sword, to me, seeing it next to this Justice card, I feel like it's reflecting what I feel, that she's like trying to reunite with Salah.
And I would like to say this to what you said, Melissa. And here's something else that Chantal should think about. And her choices are up to her. They're decided by her. They're carried out by her. So her life is her ultimate decision and choice. Chantal, if you're planning to meet up with Salah, here is something to keep in mind. But if you meet up with Salah, wherever he might be in the world, he will have more power over you than he's ever had, because he will know that you're running around with not much money, that you are essentially giving up home, which is Canada. You could have established yourself in Canada and gotten yourself together, but you're still caught up in wanting to be with him, wanting to be with a man, wanting to carry out this fake, phony, on camera marriage. And he's not going to be nice to you. I'm being told to tell you that. He's not going to be nice to you. He's not going to have any reason to be nice to you. You will not have power over Salah anymore. Things are not going to be as they once were, where you are the boss giving orders and him following orders. He's going to do what he wants, because he's going to know that you have no power and you don't have the money to boss him around anymore. He's going to have you right where he wants you, in the palm of his hand. And he's going to approach you with the attitude of, well, if you want to go, go. I don't care. I got your money. Go ahead and go. Like, he's going to be arrogant. He's going to be bossy. He's going to be domineering. Like, you're going to go over there wherever he's at thinking that you're going to control him, and the table's going to flip around and he's going to control you, because you don't have power anymore. Not the way you think you do.
I don't know if we're going to see her like go somewhere else out of Canada. All right. And now she's going to use this excuse that I was doxxed and I had to leave that place and I didn't really want to be there anyway. And yeah, I'm going to rehome Smokey and and all the bullshit that she said in the last video. I think and I feel from the reading I did the other day about Smokey and just what I'm seeing and feeling here, that this was something I don't know if she ever planned on being in that apartment, if the landlord may have known. Like I said, either she was apartment watching and cat sitting for someone until they came, and that cat already belonged to someone else or was adopted out to someone else. Or she got the cat just to troll because she knows, and she had no intention of keeping the cat from the get. All right. I think she was like just waiting for the word from Salah. All right. That he was someplace where it was safe, or that he, for him. All right. Because I don't think he was safe in Kuwait for a lot of reasons. I think he may have gotten coin together and gotten out of there, like by paying someone, by using sneaky measures. Because we saw this when I asked about him in whatever reading, 1 or 2 readings ago, whatever it was. That's just what I feel. All right. In my gut, which I usually say I feel things sometimes, and then the cards show me something different. And I usually trust the cards over my gut. But I feel like they are reflecting what I feel. And that's what I see here. I feel like we might actually see her leave Canada and go meet Salah wherever he's at. Just a feeling. I could be totally wrong. I've been wrong before. Like I said before, the truth comes out eventually. That's what I see here, guys. Only time will tell. If you want to leave your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear them. If you want me to ask things, there's things I didn't ask that you want me to, leave it in the comments and let me know. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you next time.
Wonderful reading, Melissa. Wonderful. Thank you for your insight. Always welcome over here. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the react. And if you are interested in Melissa Gold Tarot, please look down below in the description for the link for her original video. Follow it back to her channel. Check out all of her wonderful content. Sub up to her, give her a like, leave a comment yourselves. And I'm going to go, y'all. And I hope you guys have a great day. Please don't forget to take care of yourselves and each other. And I got to go. Bye-bye.